8, 7, 6, 5.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Connecticut at your service. My name is Carmen Nieves, and I am your host, and we come to you live each Tuesday at 6:30, where we feature individuals that make a difference in our community, either in their lives, in their work, or the way that they serve in their community. And today's conversation is going to be so much fun because it's all things over 50. So today I have as our guest Mr. John Szymanski, who's a community leader and a friend. And John, just like we start every show, we ask you to share a little bit about yourself and all the great things that you do. And I will tell you that I had John on because he has this really awesome email blast that he sends out with all things, different things having to do with seniors and specials and events that people want to know. I'm like, that would be a great topic to talk about. All things, give me a hookup over 50. So, John, tell me a little bit about yourself and welcome to Connecticut at your service.
Thank you, Carmen. Mainly, what we'll be dealing with tonight are baby boomers. I mean, there's so much out there that is available free or for minimal charges. You just got to know where to look and where to go.
So tell me a little bit about you.
I've had a few different careers at this point. I started off in education, went to culinary, and then into the office with the mature program.
Mm-hmm. And you're in your everyday work, you work with seniors, so it's just a natural progression that, like, you know all things eaching over 50. So tell me a little bit about how do people send you information and how do you get information about events, programs, services, deals, and how did you get to be like the expert that you are? Because I consider you an expert. I send everybody to you to get on your list.
What I do is I troll the internet. I mean, if whatever city you're in, get on their mailing list, get on the city's mailing list, be it Bridgeport, Trumbull, Fairfield, Stratford, always some kind of stuff going there. If there are different organizations in your town that you need to be on, any of your community agencies, get on their mailing list because there's always stuff going on, and not all of them send out the same thing. So you just sift through it.
I have to say, there's people that just make a difference. And really what I believe is that information is gold. You know what I mean? Just to be able to access information, and you've done things like, if there's like a food drive, if there's clothing during Christmas, if people need coats, special events, homeless cooling centers, warming centers, you do a parade, fireworks, and we just had some fireworks. So I celebrate the fact that you're able to give out information, get information, and share that, because once you share it with one person, they share it with their networks too. So I think it's pretty important. And you'll see that on our screen, we've put the workplace.org website, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later because it's what John does on a regular, and it's an organization that just in general serves from youth to seniors. So let's talk a little bit about, so I see you have your AARP card, and I've got one too, but I didn't bring it, but I'm over 50. So John and I got to talking about it, and he was like, there's places that if you have that card, you could get it for free. And I will tell you that I'm not at the 55 and over age yet, but I'm definitely bordering that. But my husband is, and he's got one, so I was able to get one, which means the hookup that he has, I could get too. So tell me a little bit about those.
Okay, AARP is really a wonderful organization. The card is $12, $13 a year now. The swag you get when you first apply, the swag you get when you renew, it's ridiculous. They keep sending you things. Their publications monthly are wonderful. They have a website also. They go through everything. They go through what movies are good for seniors, what's around for health. I mean, it's really good. And they do have, they run trips and stuff, which I haven't yet been able to take, but they do have that. But there's, again, like anything else, there's stuff you have to look out for. They're in car insurance, I would stay away from. I tried it and I definitely found something better.
I will tell you that you can find them on the website, but one of the things you told me was about Dunkin' Donuts.
Yep. You show your card. If you buy a large or extra large coffee and you have an AARP card, you are eligible for a free donut. I mean, people go through, the drive-through and everything all the time. Even if you get meeting, up it a little bit to a large, and you got yourself a donut for the day.
I thought that was awesome because I am an avid coffee drinker. So a sweet treat every time doesn't hurt. So I was sharing with John that I was like looking at their website, and we don't necessarily go into like what it costs or anything like that. That's something that individuals can kind of make their own choice about. But on there, it did everything from travel to jobs to car insurance to different things. I will tell you that 2 years ago, like I said, because we both have our cards, I was able to take my grandchildren, my husband and I took our grandchildren to Beardsley Zoo.
Yep.
And we were able to do that for free. So, and like John was saying, get on to different membership groups that you like, definitely anything local. I will tell you a lot of things are posted through the City of Bridgeport website.
And the state right now has the whole program where you can go to the museums for free too.
That's right.
The kids are, not the adults. The kids can go for the museum for free.
I wanted to go. But listen, it still saves a lot because some of those places are a good chunk of money. And if you got more than one baby.
And especially if you bring in the grandkids, you don't usually have one or two. You usually have 5, 6, 7 tagging along. It's going to save you a whole bunch of money.
I was just sharing with our guests last week that I've got 5 grandchildren that I love to pieces, and I've got 2 little girls, one that is anchors. So having an opportunity to do stuff like that with them for free is key. To be able to do that. And listen, wherever you can save a little money right now, it makes a huge difference. So like he was talking about, all things seniors, there's definitely opportunities. There might even be a break for if people get a beach sticker in their seniors,
65 and over, you got a free in Bridgeport, you get a free parking sticker. For the
free
beach.
When you're 65?
But the other thing you got to remember too, 65, not before.
Okay, I'm not there yet.
One of the other things you got to remember is if you're going out to a store or to a restaurant, call ahead and ask what their senior discount is and what age. They all have different ages. It starts at 50 and it goes all the way to 65. They're all different. Chains, it's up to the individual owner of that chain, so you have to call and ask. I mean, there's lists that you can find, but not always the ones near you are going to abide by it.
I remember in the email that I was just referencing that you can kind of send out, and we put the workplace website on there because you can reach John from his program. So talk a little bit, before you get to that, I wanted to make sure that we talked a little bit about, because there was actually the M&T Bank, you had sent out something that they were looking to get residents to give their opinion, so it's almost like a focus group kind of thing. But
it is.
Down on the east end
down on the east end of Bridgeport, they're looking to put the people together. Because I believe they're trying to get a branch of their bank down there. M&T is the one who took over People's Bank, and they're giving them $75 just to show up and talk.
Just to give your opinion.
And there's other things like that happen all the time. You got to be on the lookout for them. You got to read the newspaper. Read the newspaper. That helps a whole bunch.
I will tell you, there's ways that you can get to see the paper for free too, right?
Online.
There's online. There's also at the libraries, and the library card is free. You can take out movies, and it doesn't matter what age you are.
Correct.
I don't know how many people are exactly doing DVDs anymore with Fire Sticks and all of that, but the library, you can get magazines out. The magazine that we were talking about, the AARP one, I'm sure that it's there for free. You can rent movies, you can rent audio, you can rent out books. They're even having like special events around like finance.
Yep. For the seniors, during the summer right now, they have a lot of kid activities going on. They have the Bridgeport Library downtown has something with a magician coming up in the next week or two for the kids. And they have the young adult room there, which they do things too. It's out there. You just got to look for it.
And some of the libraries are new. So it's awesome just to be able to go. I think the east side, the East End, is Newfield open?
That's the East End.
Oh, that's the East End. So there's a bunch of brand new libraries that are looking. I think the one downtown opens like at noon. I think the one downtown.
Every day is different. They have summer hours, winter hours.
But check it and find out with them, because I even remember, and I don't know about now because I haven't gone into, I use the internet for everything. I don't go there, but I do have a card, and in that I remember that a few years ago, you could actually take out passes for museums and things,
right,
to like take your kids or whatever. And I will tell you, it doesn't only have to be kids either. Some seniors like magicians and music and all of that.
Definitely.
So you got to visit the libraries to get the free newspaper, because sometimes it's where you get that. You can go to the American Job Centers, and they have sometimes the papers there too, that you can get and find out information. And while we're there, let's talk a little bit about just what you do in your regular life, and what are some of the things that you're seeing are some of the needs of seniors.
Okay, what I do is I help people the age 55 and over get the skills they need to get back into employment. Most of the people that come to me have been out of work for a number of years for a number of reasons. So they don't have the skills needed. The biggest thing that people need is computer skills. And computer classes are offered all over for free. You don't have to think about taking them. I mean, Housatonic, if you're over 60, you can sit in on classes, no charge.
Over 60?
I believe it's 60.
That's amazing. That's amazing for people that want to change careers.
Yep,
That's
but
wonderful.
like the American Job Center offers free computer classes. Goodwill's offer them. They're career centers. Excuse me. And they're around. So there's a lot of Goodwill career centers. Just look for them. The other thing is, like I said, if whatever city or town you're from, get on their mailing list. Go to the website to get on their mailing list. There's just so much out there. Every city and town around here is having some kind of summer concerts. Like Trumbull's doing it at the library, Stratford is doing it outside, Fairfield does it on the green. Bridgeport hasn't announced theirs yet, but it's usually on McLeavy Green. But there's stuff all over.
And we had a former guest that's with Downtown Special Services District, and that's where they'll advertise things with the farmers market that you can come, which actually, if they're seniors that are getting like food stamps, don't they double there?
Yep, all you have to do is bring your food stamp card down with you. If you tell them you want $10 taken off your card, they'll give you $20 in tokens. So it stretches the money. It's a little bit more expensive there, but you're getting quality things. So it'll stretch your money a little bit.
And homegrown, right? Because they're usually made in Connecticut, grown in Connecticut. So that's another way to support.
All nearby farms.
That is, I think that's just great. So, so you talked a little bit about that anyone that needs services for either training, employment, or whatever, at the workplace, that it starts at 55. Is there a cap age?
No, my program starts at 55. I had people, 82 plus in the program. A lot of times people are looking to get back because they're bored. And that's what happens once you get a little older. Things kind of slow down and you get tired of sitting at home all the time. So you got to find something to do. You want something to keep you busy. Volunteering is not the easiest thing right now because of all the cutbacks and the shift changes and stuff. So people are trying to get back into employment, and there's a lot out there. There really is a lot out there. But like I was saying about the computer, all people who come to me do go through some kind of computer training first. That's a must. I mean, my folks are going to be in a surprise in another month or so. All our timesheets are going electronic. So if they can't fill it out online, they ain't getting paid.
And you said that some of those trainings are free.
All of them.
You can even look online. I mean, if you could watch a movie on your phone, you can definitely take a little online class. I just want to remind folks that we are here with John Szymanski, and he is with our senior program over at the workplace. But he's talking all things I-Ching about services, resources, and even perks for individuals over 50. You are here watching on Soundview, and we are here each Tuesday at 6:30, bringing individuals like John to come and share what they do, their work, and how they serve the community. So thank you for joining us today at Connecticut at your service. So you mentioned that anyone seeking senior services, it starts at 55. There's no max.
No.
So what are some of the things? So they're in training, right? So
Correct.
Can they go to a regular business, or does it have to be?
Unfortunately, we can only put them at a 501c3 or government agency. Because it's a federal program, we are bound by that. But there are enough in the area. In fact, Soundview is one of our host agencies. We have someone here.
They're so amazing. And they're one of our hosts as well in our summer youth program. So, I would imagine that organizations that are nonprofits are like gold to you, right? Because that's really what you need.
Definitely. I'm always looking for more host agencies. So if you're a 501c3, get a hold of me. We can always use you.
And then that program, does the host agency have to pay the participant because they get paid, right?
Right. No,
okay.
that all comes out from the federal DOL. That's a grant that we have.
Okay.
They get paid. All the host agency has to do is help them when they get there to come on to learn what they need to do. Again, a lot of them are a little rusty, so you have to have a little patience with them. But we're fast. We pick things up fast. They're there a couple weeks. I mean, you can leave them on their own. You have no problem.
And I've seen some of your seniors be like greeters. They're they do some, answering phones, checking people in. So I think that is a really, really great opportunity to do that. So I want to make sure that we talk a little bit about one of the questions that I get all the time when seniors or other individuals are looking for services, and they call it the benefit cliff. So it's can you talk a little bit about what a senior can earn and still be eligible for your program? Because they're allowed to work, right?
Social Security, big thing. There's several different types of Social Security people can get. SSDI, if you're disabled, you can make up to $18,000 a year without losing any of your benefits. Retirement, you can make, if you retire before the age of 66, and I'm 66 in 4 months, it's going up to 67. If you retire at that, you're bound by the $18,000 limit. If you reach full retirement age, you can make as much as you want, as long as you want, and they will not touch you at all. But if you're on SSI, which is supplemental, you do have to report our monies because they have they figure out different things. The good thing about our program is if you have food stamps, they cannot include our money, or if you are in subsidized housing, they can't include our money.
Because technically it's training, right?
Correct.
It's training dollars to help them get back to work faster.
Right.
How long can an individual be at one of these nonprofit sites?
We love to rotate them a little bit, but that gets hairy with not having enough host agencies. But they have 4 years in the program, so there's plenty of time to move them around.
Oh, that's amazing. And the hope is always in any of these programs, whether it's youth, seniors, people that may have a disability, individuals who are returning citizens, second chance.
Yep.
All these programs kind of have a similar piece that when you're getting when we're providing a little bit of help to an organization, a business, or a nonprofit, regardless of what the how long it is or whatever, it's always with the hope that that person ends up with a job there. So it's important that when we're looking about giving people an opportunity, we look at kind of like both ends, right? We give young people an opportunity, but seniors too, that have so much that they've given and they've learned and can share.
And there's the stigma with older people that they're not going to get hired. But you have to realize someone who is older in age, they have a lot of life experience and they have a lot of knowledge that you're not going to get from your Gen Xers. Okay? Baby boomers are there. Use them. They can help you.
So, John, I have to say, so each time I, invite a guest, I ask them to tell me a little bit about himself or themselves. And so John sent me his resume, and his resume didn't have any dates on it. So I would love for you to share just kind of some tips that can kind of help seniors at least just get in the door. And it doesn't have to be that they're in your program, just anyone.
Right. I've had, like I mentioned before, I have a variety of careers I've been through. I started out in education, went culinary, and then I'm back into the office. So depending on what job you're looking for, if I was looking for a teaching job, I don't want to put down how long ago I taught because they're not even going to look at it. So you do it in chronological order, but if you do it by knowledge, it's a lot easier for people. You get people to look for your resumes. Resumes are a whole nother ball game. You can take 2 hours explaining it. Resumes change every month. Every single month they have something new on resumes. And with the machines reading them, you have to be on point with what they want. If you don't, you're not going to get a chance at all. And most of the baby boomers, they're used to going door to door, knock, knock, you looking for help. It's hard to get them, their mindset out of that sometimes. To get them, you have to apply online. This is how you apply online. You don't apply through Indeed, Glassdoor, whatever. You go to the company's website itself and apply through there so you don't get all the spam. You go through the Indeed and whatnot.
You got a caller,
spam.
John.
Uh-oh.
Hello and welcome to Connecticut at your service. Do you have a question for our guest, John?
Hello, hello, John.
Hello. I know who that is.
Hello, John. Can you hear me?
I can.
Do you have a question for John?
Hello, John. This is Miriam.
Yes, I know.
I'm one of your trainees.
Yes.
I'm so surprised to see you on TV because this is where.
Miriam, do you have a question? And thank you so much for calling.
She's on a question.
I'm one of the seniors that work at Soundview, and I want everyone to know that John is a great counselor. He listens and he gives you the training that you need to receive a job. I'm a very old senior with a disability. I have lupus, but he was so gentle and he trained everyone so well, and he gave you the information that you needed to enhance your skills.
Thank you so much, Miriam.
Did you have another question, Miriam? And thank you for calling. Well, listen, thank you so much and keep watching.
There's feedback.
Okay. I can't tell. Listen, that is by far the best thing
Yeah.
for somebody to say, John, and I have absolutely witnessed how you help people, you share information. Sometimes you got to repeat it because I've heard you repeating a couple of times. But really quickly, I just want to again just emphasize that if someone is over 55 and they're looking for services, they can find John's information, and your program is, how is it called on the website for the
Maturity
workers?
Works.
So you're going to be looking for information on Maturity Works. We didn't put that specifically on here because the workplace offers so many programs that help people get back to work. I just wanted to start with just a great conversation. Now that I know that I'm going to be able to get a donut for free after I get my coffee, I think that that is the highlight of the show today. So I just want to make sure that you do that. So if someone is over 55 and they could be collecting benefits or not, you would be able to give them information to see if they would be eligible. And then if you are a nonprofit, where can that nonprofit be located? Anywhere?
We have the whole state of Connecticut. They can be anywhere in Connecticut.
That's opportunity knocking right now. That gives you, as a nonprofit, the opportunity to give someone an opportunity to train them. Hopefully you'll hire them after that. But anyone that's getting services through your department is getting training. I've seen you help them with resumes, interview question. I saw that you do you have like a case manager assigned to that, or you just
No,
kind of the...
I am.
Okay.
That's
so
my
see
job.
what I said? I Ching, all things senior. John, right here. So contact him on the workplace and find out how you can get on his list and how you can share information. If you have events, you see how I'm like plugging you over here? If you I don't know that that's really what you're supposed to be doing, but I will tell you that has been really,
one of the
really
big
useful.
things, Carmen, is if I get a call from somebody or somebody calls in and they're not eligible for the program, I don't stop them there. I'll find out what they need. How can we help them? What can I do for them? I mean, because there's all kinds of programs out there. Your agency on aging, they offer a whole bunch. There's the senior centers. Senior centers are the most wonderful things. If you don't belong to one, join one.
There's even like meal programs. I've seen you post where they're giving boxes of food. If they're having community feeding days or just community events, bring your kids, come and find out information. The East End Farmers Market had a senior thing where they were doing something the other day I saw on Facebook.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, what we want you to know is that there's resources and opportunities for people of all ages, but today's show focused on individuals like me that are over 50.
Baby boomers. We don't
I think
talk
I like
age.
baby boomers better. So all the different things that we can get for free. If you have any questions or anything like that has to do with programs that are any services that you might need, call 211, which is info line, to get information. And we want to thank you all for joining me, joining John here today at Connecticut at your service. We want to make sure that you're joining us each Tuesday at 6:30, and you have the opportunity to call in live. We want you to welcome you, to wish you great health and great information. Thank you for joining us at Connecticut at your service.